We're on the final laps of the Silverstone Grand Prix, and Jenson Button leads from a fortunate Felipe Massa in second and Sebastian Vettel in third. Jenson took the lead from his teammate just before the safety car incident, but can he hold on to this without pitting? I think his teammate sitting in ninth could do this. Safety cars coming in, the hunted turns hunter.
Hey guys, Harrison101 back at it once again with a brand new video for you, and welcome to episode 3 of Formula 1 2012's Champions Mode, and this time we take on the 2009 World Champion, Jenson Button. Remember that season? He won that World Championship with the Brawn GP team, which we now know as Mercedes, and when you think about it, that was the best Mercedes I've ever looked. I mean, am I the only one who thinks that world title was just a little bit overrated? I mean, yeah, he won 6 of the first 7. Didn't win another race after Turkey, the 7th race of the season. But his consistency was probably what got him there in the end. I mean, there was always controversy over the diffusers that car was using. There was an appeal. The appeal went to Brawn. But what I will say is that those cars were bulletproof. They only had 1 retirement each between the 2 Brawns for the whole season. So, you know, see it how you will, but I'm the only one who thinks, I might be the only one here who thinks that it was such a close field that having 6 wins out of 7 probably won the title before it was even that competitive, or was even that, you know, that far down the line. Anywho, talking about the challenge here. Here's the situation. You have just finished coming off a safety car stint. Jenson Button currently leads the race. You are on wet tyres while everybody else, apart from one other person, which I'll get to towards the end, are on intermediates. As the safety car pulls in, you've got just over 3 laps to go. Finish ahead of Jenson Button. Now, here's some tips for you. Number 1, turn the fuel mix up to 3. I know it's not like a broken record on this one, but seriously, if you haven't and you've forgotten about it, do it. There's no reason why you can't turn it up to 3 here. You're adequately fueled to the end of the race no matter what happens. So it really can't hurt just to crank it up to 3 and you know, take it on that way. Seriously, you'll thank me for it in the long run. That's the first bit of advice I can give you. The second bit of advice, don't panic. What many people will tend to do on their first run, excuse me, will be, sorry about that cough. What they'll do is that they will drive normally, but they'll lose time when they get overtaken by some of the cars behind them. Don't worry about it if that happens. Seriously. You're over worrying about it, you're going to try and push harder to catch up, and you're going to make a mistake. I guarantee it. Instead, what you do is, if you're slower than the other guys, let them pass you. I know it sounds ridiculous, but bear with me. There is logic and there's reason to my madness here, okay? What you got to realise is that they're all on intermediate tyres. The rain gets heavier. And what will happen is your tyres will take time to warm up a bit. They'll take longer to warm up because you're on full wet. The compound is heavier than intermediate tyres. So what you'll find is you'll grow in confidence in the car as you drive on. Trust me, that's what happened to me. Once they get warmed up, you'll feel a lot more comfortable. You'll be able to push a little bit harder. And what happens is, those guys that are on intermediate tyres, they fall off the wagon on the final lap. So with about a lap and a half to go, you'll find yourself taking massive amounts of time out of the rest of the field. And the rest of the field will all go extremely slowly. I mean, if you catch up and you can get there in the end, you will definitely overtake everybody without much of a problem, and then you'll go on to win the race by a hefty margin, I guarantee it, as long as you drive slowly and carefully. I think you'll be absolutely fine. That's pretty much it really on this one. I mean, if you struggle with it, wind the difficulty down and so you can get a better idea of how to do it. But I did this on gold, hard difficulty, and I still won by, I think, 14 seconds in the end. Now, I know a lot of people made corrections to me on Lewis Hamilton's challenge on number 2 that you can do it on slicks. I've always said that the better option is to do it on intermediates because there's less chance of you making a mistake. But, fair enough. You know what it is? I played a couple of these Champions Mode videos when I was testing the game out at Eurogamer's community party. And that was like 2 weeks before the game came out. I genuinely think they made the challenges easier for the retail release. Because for some of them, like Kimi Raikkonen's challenge, it was actually harder on the beta version of the game that I was testing, because it wasn't the final copy. I think they made the AI weaker for the retail release, because I'm crushing some of these challenges, and I know I'm not the only one. I know people were telling me comments like, oh, Alex Zaffro did it on slicks, and then I did it and there was 20 seconds back to the next guy. And yeah, fair enough. I mean, I don't claim to be an elite driver. I've always said that from day one. But I think they've made the challenges easier compared to the game I was testing out. That could be just a theory. You guys probably aren't going to know because many of you guys weren't given that opportunity. But at the same time, you can't help but shake the feeling of, seems to be they've made it a bit easier. But I know many of you guys probably have already cleared out all 7 of the Champions Mode videos. I'll keep pumping these out over the course of the next week or so. So hopefully we'll finish that series off quite soon. And then it'll be all on career mode in the online racer. Probably more career mode than anything else. Oh, one more thing. Big time rumour that Jamie Alguersuari is coming back to Formula 1 with Force India next season. Who do you think is going to make way? And where do you think that driver that makes way, where do you think he ends up going? There's a comment for you below. So 2 questions. Did you think Jenson Button's title was overrated? And B, what do you think happens with Force India? I will catch you guys later this week. Actually, yeah, Saturday, Sunday for our Japanese Grand Prix race review. Until then, I've been Harrison101. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you all next time. Sayonara.
A fantastic drive saw Jenson Button's McLaren teammate take the checkered flag. Considering the conditions and a safety car being called for an on-track incident, the driver can be very happy to have taken home the spoils in today's race.